Everyone, happy Monday. It is Monday, July the 15th, and I am Allison. I am one half of Soul Star Energy Collective, and I am here to do your weekly card reading. I will be using a deck called Messages from the Mermaids. It's not one that think I've used on here before, but when I went in to do my connection ritual, I was taken into water and was told to use this deck. So I was like, okay. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm not that familiar with this deck because I really don't use it that often. So we'll see kind of what messages are coming through for this week. Any announcements? Well, as always, we offer intuitive development courses. To really, like, what is the point of developing your intuition? Like, if you're like, I don't want to do what you and Mandy do, do readings for people and stuff. That is like one very small part of this whole journey. Obviously, it's a fun, exciting part of it, but it is a very small portion of it. The biggest kind of takeaway and reason that way, maybe why somebody would want to connect in with their intuition, understand it, even just understand the other side more and how energy works and stuff, is because it's happening all around you anyways. And, it's something that affects you on your daily life. But when we don't have a clear understanding of that or awareness of that, we're missing out on a key component on how we can move through life. So being able to understand energy and frequency and your intuition that we're all built with is actually kind of giving you this, it's like unlocking and awakening this part of you that you already have there, and just now being able to use it in a positive way, and helps you just to move through life easier, like so much easier. And so that those are some of the amazing reasons that you would benefit from accessing your intuition, from going through a spiritual awakening, to all of that. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out or check out our website. We have all of our self-paced courses, and then we have our soul activating journey, which we run twice a year. And that is when Mandy and I are with you every step of the way, every week, helping you move through any blocks, any challenges, any healing that needs to be moved through as you kind of move through this beautiful journey. So our last time this year that we'll be starting it will be in the next little bit. So if you're interested, go check it out and just ask questions if you do. Okay, so like I said, I connected beforehand. So I'm going to pull card 1. Discernment. I knew it. All right. So I had a feeling that something was going to come up with discernment, just with what's kind of unfolded over the weekend with the election and all of that in the US. And so I was like, okay, yes, I could feel that energy. All right. So let me just connect to see exactly what they're wanting to say. Okay, so part of the message is, being asked to kind of move through this week and even the coming months, with a sense of neutrality. So, as the spirit is kind of saying, like, if you can take a step back and just witness and watch, without kind of getting pulled into it, whatever kind of unfolds. So this isn't just to do with the US election. This is to do with everything that is kind of, happens around us. So whether that's in your own life, anything that's kind of polarizing or upsetting or hard, or whether it's in the collective things that you're witnessing, there's a lot of emotions and there's a lot of polarity, and it is so easy to get caught up in, sides and kind of be within that frequency. And, what you're really being called to do is kind of unhook from that and take a step back and, in a way, you're just like witnessing it without having any attachment to it. We can't control, really what's happening around us. We can't control what our family and friends are saying, or, whose side is who on, all of these type of things. And we've seen a lot of this type of polarity over the last 4 years, for sure. And so this is kind of like, asking you to kind of move into and just start playing around with taking a step back and just, being a witness and not being a participant in it. Being able to discern as well for, kind of like what's playing out, and understanding that, and really kind of going inwards and trusting what you are feeling and receiving, and trusting your own gut instincts on everything and anything. Again, this is not specifically about, the current events. This is advice that everybody, can really kind of benefit from, in that sense of not kind of getting pulled up and like in the waves of going back and forth, like you being able to stand in your own power and decide what feels good for you, and to not kind of be dragged in the mud with anything that doesn't feel good. Let me just see if there's anything else. Yeah, I even feel like you can see in this picture, like all these fish coming around and stuff, and instantly I heard like, oh, like hearing all of the narratives, like, did you hear? Oh my God, what's happening here? And, whether that's, at a workplace thing and there's so many people in your ear, or, on a grander scale, but it's like, oh my gosh, sometimes we just have to be like, I don't care. I just don't care. And just kind of like drown it out and go into your own inner peace. Okay. I think that's the message. I hope that helps. All right, so card 2. Sometimes we could just go on and on and on and talk about it. Mandy and I should just like have podcasts, topics on some of the stuff that comes through. All right. Hope. All right, so it really, I'm just gonna feel into it. So it really feels like maybe you've been in kind of it's a hard word. It wants to come out. No, can't get it. Dang it. Maybe you have been in, hard times where there's just been a lot of friction, or just feeling like it's one thing after another, or just hard times. The word keeps coming, but Starts with T. So if you know what I was trying to say, let me know. It's really like what I'm feeling is it feels like you're going to have a clearing. You're going to have, like, it's like now, even though you're still in it, it's like they're showing me like off in the distance, you can see this like clearing, this beauty. So like now it's finally in reach. Like now it's kind of like, okay, you've got a little bit longer to move through some of these harder times and these, challenges, but that it's on the horizon. It's like there. So, part of it is feel into it, feel into what is waiting for you that could help motivate you to keep moving forward. And yeah, and it kind of even also feels like you might be so in it and not even allowing yourself to see beyond and to see what possibly, or even hope, or even hope what could possibly be, in fear of being disappointed. So, the message really is to, have a, like, try to work with your mindset and your heart, and really try to kind of nurture that, to allow yourself to like turn around, so that you can see that there's something there instead of blocking it, so it's not even in your awareness. And when you just look at this, my stupid ring lights are kind of covering it, but when you look at this, you can see like her back is to the clearing, to the beauty that's meant to come in, so she can't even see it. And so that's where they were really making me feel like that's the mindset shift, and like turning around so you can see it. So yes, there's still a bit a ways away, but being able to turn around and see it and let that hope in is going to really kind of like help move it in faster. Okay, because when we can manifest, and we can, and not even manifest, when we can think, when we have energy going out, this positive energy going out, this hope, it's like you're kind of like hooking it and drawing it into you, because that energy, that lighter frequency is off in the distance that wants to come to you, but if the energy isn't matching, it's going to have a hard time. So yeah, okay, card 3. I'm happy with these cards. I like the messages. Okay, ask for help. All right. All right, so I partly feel like your guides, your spirit guides, are trying to give you some guidance or some help or some messages, but they're not coming through. Maybe they are even coming through a little bit, and you're like, I don't know. I don't want to hear that. So if you have been receiving, maybe, reoccurring kind of like signs and synchronicities and messages, and you're like, but I don't want to hear it, maybe listen up. Maybe just allow it in and see why. Also on the flip side, it also feels like for some of you, you don't have to go at this alone. And understanding that your guides are here to help guide you, but there is the universal law of not kind of overstepping our free will, and so sometimes we have to ask for it. And definitely there's different spirit guides that we've come across that can be very hands off until you invite them in and ask. So if you are kind of struggling or, not knowing what to do, know that your guides are there and they always will be there. And they're waiting to assist you. And, if so, going in and just not even going in, just asking, just, announcing it, putting it out there like, hey, I need help with this. I've done that a ton when I've been in my healing and I've been really struggling and, really feeling all the feelings and in the depths. And I've, just kind of put it out there like, I just need your help. I just need help moving through this. And, they've always shown up. And it's pretty amazing when that happens and all of a sudden you're getting the messages and the signs and the people are coming in that you need, and you're just like, oh my gosh. I still get surprised by it. So, really kind of like leaning into that. And yeah, and then lastly, it just came in. Also understanding like to help yourself. So like we can get into patterns of kind of like self-destruction and kind of get into these loops, whether it's a mindset loop, whether it's something that we self-sabotage certain things, and again, we're just not allowing it in. And so they're kind of saying like, be aware of the words that you're saying to yourself, whether that's criticism, whether that's the glass is half empty and never half full, like just kind of turning that spotlight inwards and just kind of looking and being like, okay, am I self-sabotaging? Because a lot of us can get in, I think what it is like a lot of us can have this from like these deep programs from childhood, these deep patterns that we do that we don't even recognize it. And so it just is there and it comes naturally and we don't even see it. So when we can kind of take a pause and really kind of be like, okay, wait a minute. Do I criticize myself all the time? Or, do I sabotage? Like, is this a pattern? And being honest with yourself. And then the moment that you can pull something out like that, that's when then you can actually start working on it. You're not going to be perfect. It's not going to go away. It's been with you your whole life. But once the awareness is there, it allows you to recognize it more easily. So yeah, okay, I went over. Oh, surprise, surprise. But damn, these mermaid cards were just like giving the messages. So I hope you have a great week and we will see you next time.